Hello, what's up, y'all? I know it's been a minute since I've been on here. I do want to go ahead and give my information because this uploads to a couple of different platforms. And so I have no way of adding a description to the different platforms. So I can be reached at Teresa06 at yahoo.com. What that is, THERESAO, that's the letter O, SIX at yahoo.com. Teresa06 at yahoo.com. All letters are spelled out. So what's up, y'all? I'm just going to get into it, coming in with some tips, with just some words of wisdom really quick. And what I would like to title this one, or what y'all would like to title this one is, are you a good team player? And some people will say, well, yes, I'm a good team player. Ask my family, ask my cousins, ask my friends that I grew up around. They will tell you that I'm a great team player. And necessarily as these days and times, as you can see, you can't go off that anymore. You gotta know within yourself if you are a great team player by your morals and how you handle someone. So I would say you will know if you're a great team player. We can't go off word of mouth anymore, especially from people who we've been loyal to but has not been loyal to us. Or anybody that treats you not according to how loyal you've been to them. Some people don't treat you according to how loyal you've been to them. Some people kind of take advantage of it. So you'll have some people who will say, yeah, they're loyal. And the reason being is because you've let them get away with so much for so long. So we're not going into that one because that can go into a whole nother message as well. But back to the original topic, which is, are you a great team player? And the reason Elohim would love to know this is because he got to make sure he can trust you. You know, he got to know that if he blesses you with something or open a door for you, that you're not going to let Satan in. You're not going to bring in the characteristics of Satan and allow something to come in to ruin what he has opened up for you. So he wants to know before moving forward, do you think, and we all know on our own, are we really truthful? If are we doing things because we just want to open door, and as soon as the door is open, we kind of run away from the fight we fought to get out of the struggle? He really wants to know, are you a team player? Because some people are sitting around and they're kind of like really real life thinking, well, I can finesse this, I can finesse that. And it's not going to matter once I get in the door how people look at me anymore. You get what I'm saying? So word of mouth doesn't work anymore. And then putting on a front to get in the door and to switch up later is really not going to work anymore. So he's also saying that if doors don't open for you, you're not a good team player, because he knows what your motives are. He knows if you're going to switch up on him after the door is open. He knows that you're going to switch up on him if he allow you in a relationship, because you got to handle his people with care. So if he give you assignment 9 times out of 10, those are his people, those are his things, and he needs somebody to come in and properly take care of it. You get what I'm saying? He needs somebody to come in and properly take care of what is his. So are you a good team player? Because he need a team right now. He in this war that's going on, he need good team players. And like I said, you can't go off word of mouth, because 9 times out of 10, the people who you would get to vouch for you didn't recognize it because they had their own agenda. So he's not going off of that. And you'll know in today's time, you can't even go off of that. You can't even go off of, oh, we grew up together anymore, because everybody has their own agenda. Everybody has their own motives as to why and how they're going to make sure that they are good. Okay. And so, like I said, secondly, he'll know if you get in that door and if you're going to mess it up. So, ways to know if you're a good team player. Are you okay without being recognized? Do you feel like you gotta take credit for stuff whenever he opens the door? Whenever the door is open, he's feeding you this wisdom and knowledge. Who are you going to give credit to? Are you going to say you did all of that? Are you going to look back and say, hey, I did this, you need to do the same work? Or are you going to be a good team player and say, hey, I had a helping hand in this one. I didn't do this by myself. Yah is the only reason why I am where I am today. So if you know that you don't do it all by yourself, you are a good team player. Hence the natural realm. Don't nobody want nobody on their team, on sports team, card teams. Don't nobody want that on their teams. So if the whole group wins, somebody's taking credit. Don't nobody want that. So another way, I got two more. Another way you'll know if you're ready and if you're not ready is if whenever the door is open, will you forget the lessons that was taught to you? That's where humility comes in. Can you remember what you just went through? Because now, granted, we all know when good things come, it is easy to forget what we just went through. It's very easy. But Yah is saying, hey, when these doors open, it's okay to move forward. But you can't forget who helped you out of your situation. Are you a team player that's going to come in here and remember what you was taught? Or are you going to be the team player that comes in and say that and act like you're just self-made and not and he didn't help you get to where you are as far as hold on, because I'm gonna catch it. I sure lost train of thought just now. But he wants to know, are you the team player that's gonna come in and not forget where you came from? Because see, it's a difference in saying that you didn't get yourself there. It's where you came from. Now you got to look back and continuously praise him and give him credit and say, you know what? Thank you. You know what? Thank you. Not saying you got to, ain't got to turn it into a pity party where it's like, oh, I got to tell my story to everybody that run up on me. And maybe it can be a somewhat of a testimony, but you got to know as a team player that remember all the practices and tests that you had to take to get where you are. So you had a helping hand in that when you was passing these tests, or when you barely passed the test and he went ahead and gave you a passing grade. He wants to know, are you going to be that team player that's not ever going to forget, not as other people say, where you come from, because you don't want to go back. So that's fine. But I'm talking about, are you going to be that team player that forgets what tests you took? You were not ready-made. You didn't come ready-made. So don't walk up in these officials. Don't walk up in these offices. Don't walk on these platforms. Don't go up in these places as if you were self-made and you did not have to go through test and trial or the struggle to get there. Third, he wants to know, as a team player, are you going to pull other people up? And y'all, I promise this is him, because I ain't studied this. I ain't wrote no notes. As I am talking, he is downloading these things to me. And he wants to know, are you going to be a good team player where you're going to go back and pull people up? Or are you going to be the team player that says, hey, I'm glad I made it out of that. I just want to get as far away as possible. And let me tell y'all something. That's how I was when I moved to Arizona. I was just like, I was like, I will never go back to South Carolina. You get what I'm saying? Because he will humble you in all three of these things. I will never go back to South Carolina. I don't want no dealings with nobody in South Carolina. I am where I'm at and I am good. He needs to know that you're going to show up. Now let me back that up, because it wasn't always like that. I would tell people, hey, this is easier over here. This is easier over here. This is what's available over here. So I ain't even going to act like that. It was a 50-50 type thing. It was 50-50. It wasn't like 100%. You got to know, when you are a child of the Most High, you still going to have some of his characteristics, no matter if you have the wrong mindset for a moment. You're still going to revert to the right mindset. So yeah, let me back that up. So the third thing, like I said, is he wants to know, are you going to be the team player that's going to stand in the light and say, I'm moving forward. Whoever comes behind me just comes behind me? Or are you going to go back and teach people and show people the same plays, or teach people and encourage people in the same situations that you were in as to how you got out of whatever you're in? He want to know if he got a solid team player or not, because he needs somebody that's going to be on his team that is going to represent him well. You need to show up. You need to know you didn't make it there on your own, giving him credit, giving him praise. You also need to show up. You need to know that you took tests that you had to go through. And with that being said, he said, show people mercy. When you go back to which is the third thing, is when you go back to lift people up, show them mercy. You had to take tests. You had to be tried out. You had to be tested. So don't act like you was self-made, ready-made, and that you ain't never had to learn how to get these things. So be light on the person that you're pulling up or that you're helping up on the team, because just as well as you needed him to help you up, they're going to need him, y'all, as well, to help them up. But if you can I ain't going to say a shortcut, but if you can make it a little easier and lighter for the next person behind you to get to their next level, do so. He wants to know if he can count on you to be that team player that you need to be. So when you really think of it naturally, mind you, my messages come for spiritual. So naturally, when you think about it, it still reflects the same. As you're going to be the person on that team that say, I won this game all by myself. Are you going to be the person on the team that says, shoot, I forgot about my busted knees in practice. I came ready-made. I didn't have to work for this. And then are you going to be the person that when the rookies come along, are you going to leave them on the floor to pick themselves up when the opponent knocks them down and say, you got to learn like I did? Or are you going to make it easy for them, and are you going to help them up? Y'all, I thank y'all for tapping into this wisdom. I promise you, it's all from the Most High, because he's downloading these things as I talk. I did not know I was about to drop a message. All I did was go take trash to the dump. And before I went in, he said, all right, drop this message. I said, all right, I'm going to drop this message. And then I said, all right, they look around for them. He started delivering. I was like, what I'm going to talk about? As you know, when you talk, he will download and give you words to talk about. I didn't know he was going to talk about this. I actually have to go back and listen to this as well, because this is not just for y'all. This is for me as well. Am I going to be a good team player? Can he trust me? Can I be humble enough to say, y'all did this for me? Can I be humble enough to say, I had to work to get here? Can I be humble to go help somebody and say, you know what, I've been there. I ain't just pop up on the scene like this. I was where you were, and this is how I got out. Y'all, I thank y'all for being a listening ear. Share this, to pass this wisdom along to somebody else who you know may need to learn how to be a team player, whether they need some humility or rather it's just a word of encouragement. Y'all be blessed. Shalom.